Hi everyone, Melanie here. Welcome back to Goth Coaching. So today I'm going to talk about the 3 stages that you find in a relationship with someone who's borderline. The first stage tends to be one of seduction, and where she wants you in her life so badly. She'll be at her best, she will show her best sides, and the reason why she's doing this is that she wants someone to come rescue her. The borderline woman has a fear of abandonment and hates separation. So if you find someone who is very overly keen at the beginning and really trying their best and just coming across as a bit too perfect, then there might be a reason why. So it can often appeal to our sense of ego when someone's being really super charming or trying to be like the best girlfriend, best potential girlfriend, to a hint of maybe just desperation. But the thing is that they are selling you a fantasy, and for a lot of men, they get sucked into the fantasy. And they do this also by creating an amazing sex life and by seducing you and making you out to think that she's the most awesome person, so you will spend time with her. Now, she's acting this way because she wants to be rescued from her pain that is suffering. Not everyone can deal with being alone. So for her, she will try her best so that you don't abandon her. But there's only a matter of time that this fantasy can go on for. Inevitably, you're going to do something that's going to piss her off. Whether that's just something simple as going out with your friends and not inviting her, or wanting to spend time on your own, that could trigger for her a sense of rejection, and in turn she'll start to flip. Which brings us on to phase 2, the Jeckyll Hyde phase. When suddenly this perfect girl doesn't seem to be so perfect, she can just slip into being quite psychotic at times. And we need to remember that with borderline personality disorder, what triggers the behaviors is their fear of abandonment. And so any act that they construe as rejection, even if whether it's real or if it's just in their imagination, they're hypersensitive to it, and to an extent have paranoia that this is a repeat of the past, or this is rejection, abandonment, they don't want to be with me anymore. So you're dealing with someone here who will overreact to a situation which it seems quite illogical and just inappropriate. And so for a while you will see her flip between the Jeckyll and Hyde persona, where she will go back to being the really pleasant, really lovely, attentive, loving, charming girlfriend that you were first drawn to, and then even within a matter of hours, within days, she will flip to this other side when something happens that she doesn't like. And after a while, she will start to uncheck boxes that she had previously thought you would all tick. You're no longer the perfect guy because you're not always there for her, and that's what she wants. Now, rather than acknowledge that this is triggering something for her, instead she will lash out at you. She may blame you for things, she might use emotional manipulation, may even possibly go to the extent of self-harm or threats. Now, for people who are borderline, they are literally borderline between neurotic and psychotic. So sometimes they are very much compelled by their urges to lash out, and often don't lack the self-reflection to be able to realize that this is what's causing me to do this. And so as such, they can flip between going nuts and seemingly normal again. But if over time a borderline woman does realize this actually just feeds her in a sense of pain and anguish. The one thing that she wants, she's pushing away. And so we need to have compassion for people who do have borderline personality disorder, because it's quite a painful way to live, to always be compelled to act out ego defense mechanisms. I mean, there is treatment and there is therapy available, and borderline personality disorder can actually be helped over time and gradually with talking therapy. And it's a lot more helpful than taking medication, which is more helpful for someone with a state disorder, for example, being manic depressive, where an imbalance in biochemistry can be remedied by the taking of medication. So stage 2 was when you start to realize the girl's not quite as she seemed, and she will flip between outbursts of rage, and it's all stemming from insecurity and jealousy, from being abandoned and feeling rejected. And after a while, you will start to fall off the pedestal that she put you on. You're no longer her knight in shining armor, and instead she will switch. And suddenly you're the one who is instigating this. You're the one who's creating the stress and the pain. And as a result, she's going to ditch you. When she realizes that you're not the perfect guy after all, she will eventually start to pull back. And she will make excuses, and you'll just feel a sudden detachment from her. And it can be quite alarming because she was not too long ago really into you, and so much so that, you know, how can she suddenly just switch and just not be interested anymore? What happened? And it's all an inner process for her. You're no longer the knight in shining armor. You've unticked all those boxes for her, so you're no longer perfect. And instead, she's going to see you as the instigator for all her problems and for her stress. So stage 3 in the relationship with a borderline woman inevitably is separation. You might be completely dropped and not get reason why. She might be in and out of your life. Maybe you'll hear from her randomly, and then she'll just disappear again. But ultimately, she's not there like she used to be. With all that said, it is possible to have a relationship with a woman with borderline personality disorder. It involves their willingness to seek therapy, to be able to understand the origins of why they lash out and what is at the core of their disorder, and that is the fear of abandonment. In this video, I've basically illustrated the 3 common stages, and it may be a matter of months in this relationship, maybe a matter of weeks, but they will tend to follow the same path. And this is all because of her own inner process. She is projecting the Mr. Perfect onto you, and then she realizes that, you know, over time, how can she not, that you're not perfect? No one is perfect. So when you fall off that pedestal and you don't see her again, you have to bear in mind just to not take this personally. As this is all going on in her head, and this is all her ego defense mechanisms and all projections, you really shouldn't take it personally if you're really hung up on someone who ditched you and you think she ticks these boxes. As a consequence of dating someone who has borderline personality disorder, it can really stir up old feelings and memories from the past, and just stuff that we thought we'd overcome. And it can leave us feeling worse, a lot worse, and depleted out of this relationship. It can be really depleting and really ego crushing to date someone like this. I do offer online coaching courses specifically to address these issues, and I also have free audio content that you can get when you sign up to my website. For more information, go check out our website, gothcoach.com. Until then, have a great day.